Hi, welcome to my walkthrough of exercise 6-13A. This one will take us a little bit of time. It takes some time to go through it. You have to sit and go through it step by step. Don't rush. Write things down because otherwise the numbers will start jumbling together. What we're doing is we're given some information. We have beginning inventory, then we have a purchase we made on January 15th and a purchase we made on January 26th. And we're told to compute the cost of goods sold and ending inventory using all four methods. And then we have some questions to answer. So let's get started. First of all, just some basic calculations we need to make. Okay, first of all, if I add up the beginning inventory plus my two purchases, so my 5 units plus my 8 units plus my 13 units, so that's in the data we're given, that tells me I had 26 units available. That was beginning inventory plus purchases, 26 units available. Now, in requirement 1A, it tells me I have 3 of some units left and 6 of other units left, so I have 9 units left. That's where I got the 9, was the 3 and the 6 given in 1A. So if I have 26 total units and I have 9 units left, that means I had to have sold 17 units. So another way of looking at it is the 26 units in total minus the 9 in ending inventory gives me 17 sold. Okay, those numbers right there, the 9 and the 17, I'm not going to go through again as we go further. So I'm just going to talk about the 9 and the 17. We're going to use the 9 and the 17 in 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. So that 9 and 17, how we get them doesn't change. Okay, so again, I took the beginning inventory of 5 units plus purchase 8 units plus purchase 13 more. I have a total of 26 units. If I have 9 left, that means I had to have sold 17. Okay, so that's some basic housekeeping. Now let's jump right in to 1A. 1A says compute cost of goods sold and ending inventory using each of the following methods. I love specific unit cost because it tells us exactly what's there. So it told us that we sold we have 3 of the $155 units left. We had 5. We have 3 left. That means we had to have sold 2 of them. If we had 5, we have 3 left. We have sold 2 units at this cost. So 2 times 155 is cost of goods sold, plus then, let's go to the next slide. We sold all 8 units at this cost because we don't have any of the $156 ones left. So our cost of goods sold, we have 8 times 156. Again, it's telling us we don't have any of those left. And then it tells us we have 6 of the 165 units still on hand. Well, we had 13 of the $165 units to start with. So if we had 13 of them and we still have 6 left, that means we had to have sold 7 units of the 165. So that's where I'm getting the 7 times 165 at the bottom. So again, let me go back. Do that again. So it tells us specific unit says we have 3 of the 155 units left. So if we have 3 of the 155 units left, we started with 5 of them, we had to have sold 2. So cost of goods sold, 2 times 155. Plus now, we don't have any of the $156 units left, so we sold all of those. So 8 times 156 down in cost of goods sold. And then finally, we had 13 units of the $165 ones. It says we have 6 still left, so that means we had to have sold 7 units at that cost. Okay? So now, next. So then I'm going to add the numbers up at the bottom, cost of goods sold, the 2 units at 155, 8 at 156, 7 at 165, gives me 2,713 as my cost of goods sold under the specific unit cost method or specific identification method. Okay, not done yet. It also wants to know the value of ending inventory. Well, the value of ending inventory, we have $355 units left. It tells us right in 1A. We have $355 units left, so 3 times 155, and we have $665 units, so 6 times 165, so we have $1,455 in ending inventory under specific unit cost or specific identification method. Okay, so we love to get specific unit cost method because it is so easy. Now let's move on to the average cost method. Now average cost method, we're going to have to do a little more work for this one. First of all, we're going to add up the number of units we had available. The 5 plus the 8 plus the 13 is 26 units. Then we're going to add up the cost of all those. So I'm going to add the 775, the 1,248, and the 2,145, and I get 4,168. Remember the 9 and the 17, we did those already. I'm just leaving those on there for reference. So my average cost per unit is, I'm going to take my total available, the 4,168, divide by the 26 units available, and I get a average cost per unit of $160.31. Okay. So, cost of goods sold. I have sold 17 units, so I'm going to take the 17 times the $160.31 average cost, giving me $2,725. If you have any rounding on your homework, watch the rounding instructions in My Accounting Lab. My Accounting Lab will give you rounding instructions. It'll tell you, so you have to follow those instructions. If you don't follow the instructions, it'll be wrong. So you might have to round to the nearest whole dollar, and it does use the 5-4 rule. Okay, so if it's 5 or higher, you round up. If it's 4 or lower, you round down. Okay, so back to this one. Then we need ending inventory. We have 9 units left in ending inventory, so 9 times the 160.31 gives us 1,485. So we are done with 1B. So now we can proceed on to the FIFO method. Okay, FIFO. FIFO, cost of means first in, first out. When we talk about first in, first out, we're talking about the units that are sold. So we're talking about the sold ones. We sell the oldest ones first. So we sold 17 units. So cost of goods sold is we will have sold all 5 of those oldest units because we sold 17 units. So we sold all 5 of them. So 5 at 155. Then we sold all 8 of the next purchase because 5 plus 8 is 13. We're still under the 17 we sold. And then we have 4 that we have to take from the 13 units. Why? Because we used up all 5 of January 1. We used up 8 of January 15, so that's 13. We know our total sales are 17. So 17 minus the 13, which is the beginning inventory plus the January 15th purchase, gives us 4. So we need to take 4 from the 165. So our cost of goods sold under FIFO is $2,683. Now, FIFO. FIFO means that we're selling the oldest first. The first in are the first ones out. So that means that our newest items are our ending inventory. So our ending inventory here, we have 9 units from the newest purchase. 9 out of those 13 units of 165 gives us ending inventory of 1,485. Okay, so that's it for FIFO. So now let's go on to LIFO. Okay, LIFO means our last ones in are our first ones out. So we're looking, our newest units are the ones we're selling first. So cost of goods sold, we know we sold 17 units, so I'm going to use all 13 of my most recent units. So 13 units from January 26th, so 13 at 165. And then I have to go back to January 15th and get 4 more units. And why did I get 4 more units? Well, I sold a total of 17 units. And I got 13 from my January 26th purchase, so then I need to take 4 more to reach 17 out of January 15th. So my cost of goods sold is going to be $2,769. Okay, so now let's keep going here. Ending inventory. Under LIFO, my last in are my first out. So my most recent units are the units sold. So my oldest units are in ending inventory. So I'm going to start with my oldest units. I have 5 units from January 1st beginning inventory. So I'm going to take all 5 of those. I have 9 units in ending inventory. It tells me I have 9 units still on hand. So I'm going to take 5 from January 1st, and then I'm going to take 4 from the next one from January 15th because I need to have 9 total in ending inventory. So I'm going to take 4 from January 15th because I had the 5, the oldest. Now I need 4 more. So my ending inventory is going to be 1,399. Okay, we're almost done. We've done all the heavy lifting. Now we can look which method, part 2, which method produces the highest cost of goods sold, which one produces the lowest cost of goods sold, what produces the difference. Okay, those questions are not too bad. Which method produces the highest cost of goods sold? That's going to be LIFO. All we do is we go back through and look at what cost of goods sold was under LIFO, under FIFO, under average cost, and specific unit. We look for the one that has the highest cost of goods sold, which is LIFO. Now the next question, which has the lowest cost of goods sold? That'll be FIFO. Again, we're looking through the numbers that we computed for cost of goods sold and we're picking the lowest, and that is FIFO. And then the last question finally says, what causes the difference in cost of goods sold? The difference in cost of goods sold is the increase in inventory cost from 155 all the way up to 165. That's what's creating that difference. Okay, so I know that was a lot to digest. You may need to watch it again, but as you walk through your homework, it is just a matter of step by step. Good luck with that.